Hello and welcome back to Hollowponds Solo Sagas, and today we'll be continuing the adventures of Cat and Pete in the game Pirate Borg. We're on to episode 3 of Pirate Borg. What did we have? We were introduced to Captain Pete and the Phantom Voyager, which is somewhere out there in the dark Caribbean, full of ash, just waiting for Captain Pete and his intrepid, brave crew to go and recover it. But for now, they've just come into port on a rowboat. I think it's that one, isn't it? And they are have just seen the exchange of fire between the Queen Isabella's Malice and the Red Dragon. The Red Dragon got scuppered. They managed to grab themselves some small barrels of gunpowder. It's a bit wet. And we're just going into town and about to go to the Green Kraken, which is Coraltown had a heart. This would be it. It's a seedy tavern, the Green Kraken. They're about to enter the Green Kraken, and because we've been using Mythic, and Mythic threw up I think it was an alternative scene where we had a strange hooded person in a hood offered Captain Pete and his crew a job to steal the diary of the governor's daughter. Which would involve going to the governor's house. And I think he offered I've got it written down here. It's the daughter's diary, colourful diary from her bedroom in the governor's mansion. And he offered 2,000 silver, 2,000 doubloons, 2,000 coins of the realm, which they're all quite excited about. And our last scene was them going into and the pub door closing. So we'll probably pick it up. Oh, I generated, because we had the executive officer Oxo was used a musket. I made Oxo because we know that Oxo is a buccaneer. Yes, with musket. Also, I rolled Exo has an old navy uniform. It's quite old, tattered, not a regular issue modern uniform, and that's what he wears. He has an old uniform and coincidentally has exactly the same hit points as Captain Pete. So we would enter the Green Kraken and the door would close behind us, and that's how we would open the scene. We would open the scene with the camera panning back from the door as it's closed, and we would look into the pub. Now it was evening time, it was night time. We said it was night because it was dark, and we keyed the two things together, that because it was dark and the sun had gone down and the moon had come up, it must be night time, because Captain Pete has a long line of historic training in navigation and the weather, and so can tell these things. And so as such, we'd be looking over the Kraken, and I was thinking just before I started doing this, in fact, just before I started doing this, I recorded a little bit, which was telling you all about memberships and subscriptions and super thanks and stuff. So I feel a bit weird in asking you, basically asking you for money, which feels a bit weird. But anyway, on the back of that, I think I'll say now at this point, if you're a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. You don't know what it does to know that people watch what I do and my stories, and it feels pretty cool. And to share that creativity with you feels pretty awesome. To be able to do that and to have you consume it, because we all share our creativity, but sometimes it's not appreciated. So thank you so much for being a subscriber, and if you haven't subscribed yet, I do actively encourage you to. It's slightly over 50% of the people who watch the videos are not subscribed, slightly under are subscribed, which is pretty cool. If you like what you're seeing, hit the thumb. If you've got any comments, any ideas, chuck them in, we'll have a chat and we'll build a nice little community. Back to the story. So we will look, and I was thinking what to do, and so even though they've already got a job offered to them, it sounds quite a complicated job. And so Captain Pete will probably be thinking, lads, now, as you all know, I am not partial to having a kip. In fact, I like to stay awake until I collapse. So, I've got an idea. Have you, Captain? What's your idea? Be quiet, mate. What the idea is, lads, why don't we split up and have a butcher's around the tavern? Ask some questions, hear some rumours, and see what we can find out. Are you going to get us a room here then, Captain? No, that's one of the points. I'm not going to get you a room. I'm going to drink grog until I can't stand up anymore, and when I wake up in the morning, I know where I am. Until then, I won't have a clue, but hopefully I'll have taken notes on the rumours. But how are we going to get a room? Now then, lads, we are pirates, ne'er-do-wells. We have ingenuity, so go work it out. So, Captain Pete will at that point take his barrel of gunpowder that he's been carrying around and wander up to the bar, plonk it down to the bar in front of him and say, anyone here can serve me a grog? And he will buy himself a beer. Now, what we've got in, there's a few things going on. So I've already got an idea of, so what we've got in here, I was perusing, and what it says is potential plot hooks if you are a DM. One of the plot hooks is where you can get rumours from, and so one of the good places to get rumours, I think our little Mr. Bates, Master, I think he's going to find out about one of them, which we'll find out when he comes back to the captain. But at the moment, the captain might utilise a bit of chatting, and then we'll do a roll on the carousing table and the drinking table, which is at the front of the book. Which could be quite interesting to then wake up in the next scene, wake up in the morning. So, how about we turn to, now what was our chaos factor on? Because we're using mythic, and I got my really old, dysfunctional, the battery dies in about an hour, so hopefully, this was fully charged, this old iPad, it was 100% when I started filming 7 minutes ago. It's now at 93%, so that bodes well. So I'm going to change that to, hopefully the light doesn't glare too much. I need to get new lights. Let's change that. So I think we were on 4 already. Now what we've got is this scene is, so we'll do a scene check afterwards. So the idea is that they're all going to go around and they're just going to start chatting at the bar, maybe to each other. So let's set the scene. What does it look like? It looks like that picture. Basically, the Green Kraken is what this backdrop. It's what I tried to think of the backdrop, and when I was, so GPT made the image for me, but I fed it loads of prompts basically thinking about the Green Kraken. I did cut and pasted the description in and added some other bits. So it's that. It's a big room, except it's a lot more full than that is. The front window has been smashed in, and there's some people over on the far side boarding up the window again. And it looks like there's loads of plywood next to the window because it gets boarded up all the time because people are always being chucked through that window. There's, it's one of the, I'll assume we have all been in a pub. If you have never been in a pub before, then you won't quite get some of this. The floor is sticky. So as they're walking towards the bar, you can actually hear in the background this slight, if you could hear above the raucous noises, people talking way too loud to each other because their senses are slightly numbed, so they don't realise they're shouting at each other even though they're this far apart from each other's faces. Nicely shouting. No one seems to be obviously getting egged up at this point, even though someone just got chucked through the window. And we've got people over in the corner. There are, what was it called? It was called Deadwood. If you think of the bar in Deadwood, there were certain people who worked there who were always hanging around. There's a couple of those people hanging around. They were female. They're female, by the way. And a couple male as well. Big wigs, all dusted up because it's the time, isn't it? It's the, is this Regency period? Could be. Drifting around. There's a smell in the air of slightly off bitter because, you know, no one's going to complain. If you complain that he's not cleaned his taps, you're going to get shanked. And everyone seems to be in a high mood. It's a bit dark. It's lit by tallow candles, and various different oil lamps are lighting the room. So the lighting is a bit dim, and there's this sort of smoky haze, sort of a head height, because not like pubs nowadays, this is pubs back in the day, where there would be smoke sort of a head height in the whole of the room. And Captain Pete is going to sort of swim through the foggy, beery haze and go towards the bar. As XO is going to go off in one direction, Staines is going to go in a different direction. It's a reasonably big sized pub, and Master Bates is going to stand there looking a bit bemused, but his eyes are constantly following the women as they're walking around. So, our Captain Pete's going to go to the bar. So, barkeep, as I was asking before, I was interrupted by the narrator who's telling us what the room looks like, because he completely forgot to describe it before I come up and asked you for a beer. Grog, I say. Grog is what I mean. And so the barman, whose name is Jonesy, I don't know how Captain Pete's going to... I know. Now, to try and aid this story, barkeep. Yes, mate. I'm going to ask you your name. Oh, that's very civil of you. Yeah, but not a lot of pirates do like asking my name, but I can tell you my name if you'd like to buy me a beer. Oh, do I have to buy you a beer to find out your name? Yes. What's your name? Coins on the table. My name's Jonesy. I've been running this tavern for quite a long time. It's a good old tavern, the Green Kraken. What can I tell you about it? Oh, I should be a bit more gruff, apparently, and I'm big enough to stop a fight. Oh, are you? Instead of looking like this, I'll do this then. Now I'm looking at your face, Jonesy. So Captain Pete Captain Pete is gonna. Well, here we go. Let's do a scene check first. So that's the idea. They're all spreading out. They're going to ask some questions. Scene check. If the scene is what we expect, we'll do the interactions. If it's not what we expect, we'll play it differently. This is what we expect. So all works fine. They are going to go around and talk to people. So right there, Jonesy. So what can you tell me about this place? Have you never been? It's a great town, is Coraltown. There's lots to do, lots to see, lots to be, but mostly stay here and drink grog. So Captain Pete will hand over. He's got 80 coins. How much is a grog? It's 1 silver, of course, isn't it? We should know this from role-playing games. Coinage is set out in the denomination of the alcoholic beverage of choice of the town. So Jonesy will start talking to Captain Pete for a bit, and Captain Pete is going to start talking to Jonesy, and we are going to do, I think it's presence. Presence, I believe. Presence, smart, perceive, charm, shoot, repair. Right, presence. So Captain Pete is a presence of +1. Captain Pete is going to attempt to charm Jonesy as best as he can. Not charming as though, you know, chatting him and flirting him. Charming him as being tough and rough and like a pirate should be. So Jonesy thinks, this is the type of fella that I want to tell all my secrets to, and tell him about where all the treasure's buried so he can go and dig it up because he deserves it. And so we need to hit a 12, so we need to roll 11s or more. A 4. Jonesy's going, are you going to keep talking? Oh, Jonesy sounds really like Captain Pete. Or can I go serve this fella? All right then. So Jonesy has had enough of talking to Captain Pete. We'll go over. Captain Pete will have spent another couple of silver on a few grogs. And as Jonesy will turn and walk away, Captain Pete's going to turn on his bar stool, prop his elbow up against his barrel of gunpowder. Take out. Has he got a pipe? No, that's a shame. That would be funny. Let's have it anyway. He's going to have a pipe. Because he's going to take out his pipe, thumb some tobacco in, stick his elbow up, get his match, light it on the edge of the pot, and we can see there's a geezer next to him. He's drinking, he's kind of like slowly edging away as he sees he get his pipe out, edging away a bit more as he gets his match, and then sort of like turns and walks away from the bar as he lights it and starts puffing away and looking out. As Captain Pete's standing there looking, perusing around, having a look what he can see. And he will just start to chat to various people. So let's turn to XO. Hello, I'm just new He's going to sit down at a table. They're playing cards. Let's have Exo play some cards. Exo's got awful stats. Exo's got a 0 in strength, a -1 in agility, a -2 in toughness, a -1 in spirit, and he's got a 1 for presence. It was amazing he shot that ship last session. So, hello, I'm new in town. What's his presence? 1. His presence isn't bad, actually. He's fairly smart. I'm new in town and I'm looking for some rumours. What are you lot doing? Well, we're playing cards. Would you like to play? How much money has Exo got? Exo's got 4 silver. The captain has got 80. He really should share his money around like a proper pirate captain should. So what Exo is going to do, Exo is going to sit and Exo is going to try playing some cards. All right. I think it is very unlikely that Exo is going to win this game. So, are they... oh no, actually, let's say it's very likely that they are card sharps. Are they card sharps? No, they're not. They're not card sharps. Oh, all right. So they are not card sharps. So he is going to get to play a straight game. All right. Well, let's give Exo his presence. So he's going to sit there and he's going to start chatting. They're going to tell stories. Exo's going to tell stories about his ex-wife who used to always buy shoes. And they're going to say, oh, when did she get divorced? And he's going to say, no, she died. 18 plus 1, 19. Exo wins 7 silver off them on like a couple of rounds. Let's see if Exo can come out of this. Let's do this for a couple of rounds. Let's do this for a couple of rounds and see if they get angry, and then we'll go more and more likely that they're going to get really angry. Let me just have some coffee. Caffeine is my stimulant of choice. So they're all going, hey, you're quite good at cards. Oh, yes. Well, being on board ship and being the executive officer, one needs to know what one's doing. Okay, so they'll go for a second round and they're trying to ask, maybe if he wins this, we'll give him a rumour roll as well as some money. No, he loses. How much does he lose? He loses 8 silver for this one, so he's down. 8, so what's that? That gives him 3 left. He's done. Oh dear, that I'm not doing very well. Let's say, I think this is now 50-50 that they're going to really try and take him to the cleaners. Exceptionally, no, they're really not. They're really quite liking him. They're quite liking Exo. Do you know, they call me Oxo. Do they really? Do you know, some people can be very cruel, can't they? I know. So they'll go for a third round. Let's do 4 rounds. If he can win 2 more, they're going to be quite pleased. And 10 plus 1, 11. That's close. All right. This was a close round, and so we're not going to have any wins or losses. Though there'll always be wins and losses, won't they? All right. He's lost, so he's now on -2. He owes them now. He owes them. So, let's think. What has he got? He's got a book of poems. I rolled it up that he's got an old book. He's got a book of poems, Wordsworth poems, but he can't read. He's going to try one more time, one more round, and then he's going to have to go to the captain and ask for some money. Or we might have a big fight kick off. 7, yeah, he loses again. How much do you lose? So, you owe us 9 doubloons. Yes, I know. I was wondering, would you take an old book of poems? No. Okay. Can I just go speak to my captain? We'll come with you. So that all of them are going to go over to speak to Captain Pete, who's sitting at the bar. Captain Pete has now been talking. Captain Pete is now negotiating terms for some services to be delivered within the next half hour, and the terms are just too expensive for Captain Pete's tastes. And so there's, as they walk up, there's a sound, and a young lady walks away from Captain Pete, who's going, "Do you know, I was not expecting a reaction like that. I just said, how about 1 groat? I mean, I thought that was good." Exo? Yes, Captain. Have you been gambling again, Exo? Yes, Captain. I think XO has a gambling problem. Oh, maybe they'll ask them to do something. Maybe they'll ask them to do something, a job in return. So, you're his captain, are you? Yes, for my sins, of which there are many, I am. Why? Is he owe you money again? Yes, he owes us 9 groats. Do you? XO, will you ever learn? I sometimes win, Captain. Now, let's see. I think it's going to be likely that they're going to ask them to do a job. No, all right. I mean, they're going to give a rumour anyway. They're going to start chatting. Let's see if Captain Pete can talk them out of this. We'll make this a. Where's our difficulty ratings? Here we go. 9 possible and 18. Captain Pete is going to try and talk them out of the money and see if he can get a rumour instead. So he needs to roll 17. Nope. In fact, they might get annoyed by that. Where's our NPC reactions? NPC motivation. Somewhere in here, if I remember rightly, it was in Morkborg. It was NPC reactions. So, when meeting creatures whose reaction is uncertain. So let's see, after him trying to talk them out of it, let's see what their reaction is. It's 2d6 reaction. 11, helpful. All right, they're going to think it's quite amusing that Captain Pete is trying to talk them out of a Paisley 9 silver when they can clearly see that, or pieces of 8, they can clearly see that he's been sitting there and he's got loads of empty things. He's got his elbow on a barrel of gunpowder. He's puffing on a pipe. He's dressed in, I don't know if you remember, but he's got fancy clothes and he looks amazing. They're really quite amused. So he might in that conversation get a rumour out of them. So where's that rumours table? There's a table of rumours somewhere, hold on. I mean, you could talk among yourselves or I could just cut this bit out. Found it. This book is covered. I mean, I think this is going to mess up with the green screen, but because it's black. But I've put little post-it notes all over it. But the only problem is I can't remember what colour coordination I've picked, and so it's just post-it note, post-it note, post-it note, and then I might get the right one. Rumours. Stop distracting me. Rumours. All right. So we've got a D20 rumours, and we've got jobs and quests as well. But let's in that conversation, they're quite impressed. 14. It's not safe here at night. The reasons given sound like tall tales or ghost stories. All right, so they're going to say, they're new town. So you're new in town? Ah, yes, we are. We just came in. We came in on the boat. We're fresh off the boat, as they say. Yes. What boat? Oh, a dinghy. A dinghy? Oh, aye, yeah. We rowed across the sea, a dinghy, the 4 of us. Oh, I tell you, my arms are knackered. But Captain, you didn't take a single stroke of rowing. Shut up, XO. Oh, yes, we rowed in on a dinghy. And then Captain Pete will tell the story about, but really exaggerate about how he won the ship at cards. You didn't win at cards. Shut up, XO. And how then he took it off for them all to find their fortunes because he's such a caring, superb captain. But sadly, the undead slaughtered most of the crew, and that there's a ship there. And the bloke's going to take notes as he's saying this, like so, sort of like, and where approximately were you sailing? And Captain is telling him all the information, and the bloke said, well, if you're new here, possibly I can. Oh, I lost the page again. Here we go. I can give you some advice that it's not safe here at night. And the captain says, oh yes, it's not. Your advice to me is it's not safe here at night. Do you know? I would have guessed that. And then he's going to start telling him stories about the undead. And the captain's going to go, here, and how people raise from the dead. And the place has been plagued for years and years and years by the undead. The undead wander the streets. The undead, if you kill someone, make sure you kill them twice because they'll probably get up after the first one. There's just this very bad problem in Coral Town. Like, I mean, some towns, London's got a problem with rats. Sydney has a problem with cockroaches. Coral Town has a problem with the undead. They just keep popping up from places, and you have to be quite careful at nights. when you're wandering the streets, because you might just get accosted by a couple of undead, just, you know, out wandering. You know, you're there just peacefully hanging around on the street corner, waiting to mug someone for their hard-earned groats, and a couple of undead will accost you. You just got to be really, really careful in Coraltown. So the captain's a bit bemused by that, but we do have people know about the Phantom Voyager now, and so there might be some interest in trying to go and get, if it is as full of ash as the captain is saying, like, you don't have to go and collect your own ash. There's ash just sitting there waiting for the pickings. So the captain still hasn't really got any good rumours. They were quite amused, but the captain is going to pay over. He's going to buy everyone. He's going to run out of money. He's going to buy everyone a drink. So we'll say that's 6, and then he's going to pay over the winnings that XO lost. Plus an extra groat, which is going to knock it. So he's already done 20 groats just being here. They really are going to need a job. So now let's cut over to Seaman First Class. And what is he doing? So what is Seaman First Class going to be doing? He's been drinking heavily. So let's make him, let's roll for Seaman First Class, Monsieur Staines. Let's see. We've got a drinking table. Let's make him do a test on a drinking table. Let's roll his toughness. So we will quickly generate Mr. Staines' toughness. I'm just going to roll his toughness, only his toughness for now. What have we got? We've got a 9. 9 would take it, I think that's a 0. Toughness of 0. He can just be, Staines could just be a brute. Let's just do Staines as a brute, because that's bog standard, isn't it? I'm a brute. My name is Staines. He's a brute, which would give him a strength +1, a toughness of +1, which means his toughness is +1. Right, back to the table. So he's drinking. He's going to start off with, he's going to have no money left by the end of this, because he's going to do it all on grog. Test toughness, a DR8. The number of drinks in the last hour. Yes, I am rolling 2d6. Yes, I have done this myself. Oh, 12, man alive. He's caning it. Okay, that gives him a DR of 20. He's not surviving that. All right. He's done 12 grog. Okay, so we're just every now and then we will do. So Staines is useless to this rumour creating voyage, and Staines will not be, if they're going to go out and do a job after this, just, you know, for the hell of it, is he going to get into a fight? He's caned. He's just, all we can see is Staines and a whole bunch of other brutey type blokes, just loads of empty tankards. They're laughing, their faces are covered in froth, they're getting into a fight, they're arm wrestling and having a lot. He has made, all right, he's made some friends for now. He's not going to remember any of them in the morning. Let's give him, we've got a loot the body table, which is a D100. This is what he's going to wake up in the morning with in his pockets. We'll do it now. That's the hundreds. 3. The result on the ancient relic stat. Really? He's going to wake up with an ancient relic in his pocket. 62. All right. Which is, what's that? That's a D20. Relics can be used to access ancient magical powers. Use your action to activate one of your possession. 7. Jade die. Roll a die. Odd, you gain a D8 temporary hit points. Even, choose a creature. It gets D8 on its next damage roll. Okay, so he's going to wake up. He's got no money left, a massive headache, but he just finds in his pocket the Jade die relic. That's what he finds in his pocket. The Jade die relic. He will have no idea what it is, but that's what it's for. So Staines is out. Staines is just getting hammered all night. People are buying drinks. He's buying them drinks. And he's not going to know what happened in the morning, apart from he gets a Jade die. Now, I think this is where we might have young Bates will come up to the captain and start pulling on his coattails, and we will use the plot hook that we've got in the top of the book here. So he's pulling on his coattails. Captain? Yes, Bates. Captain, I just wanted to tell you I heard a rumour about where we can find a good job. Did you? Where's that then? Well, it's a place called the Treasured Chest. The Treasured Chest? Someone's going to giggle next to him. Yes, the person who runs it is called Madame Dubois. Madame Dubois. Are you trying to get us to go somewhere there, Mr. Bates? Eh? Are you, young master? I tell you, you've only got a one-track mind. No, that's what they said. And it does actually say here. You can get news, rumours, and much more can be purchased at the Treasured Chest. So that's what young Bates has heard whilst hanging around where he's been hanging around during the pub. So now we've given Captain that piece of information. The Captain will continue. So we could do the rest of the scene. This could just be sort of like an episode which is in the pub, and they're going to generate a couple of rumours, generate some people that know about them in the town, and then they'll all get drunk and then wake up, and then next episode we'll do something, unless we can get, well, let's have the Captain is going to, let's generate a job for them. We'll use the, where's that table gone? Okay, so the Captain's going to start talking to some people. He's got his barrel of, maybe he can flog the barrel of gunpowder. See if he can flog a barrel of gunpowder. It says here that the munitions is worth 1,000. If someone, he's going to try talking to people. He's now got to the point where he's talking to anyone and everyone. He's anyone who's coming up to the bar, he's talking to them. He's turning around and talking to them. He's going to try and sell to a young lad who's come to the bar, who's dressed in naval gear. He's going to try selling him a barrel of gunpowder. He's got a presence of +1. We'll say it's slightly above normal, so it's not 9 possible. We'll give him 15, so that means he needs to roll a 14. No, so it doesn't want to buy. Look, I do not want to buy your gunpowder. It looks wet. It's not. I could pour oil on it and it wouldn't go up. I don't want it. Oh, go on. I'm running out of money for my grog. And so the guy will. Let's see if he. No, look, I don't care. I'm not buying you any grog. What can we do? Well, if I feel like we need to... All right, anyway, let's give him a job. So, Captain's going to talk to some people. Let's think. Here we go. What we'll do, not a job, we'll give him a rumour. We're going to give the Captain a rumour. So, Coral Town has a rumours table. That's what we're going to do. So, the Captain's been hanging around for long enough that he is going to get a rumour. 2d6. 3. Strange things happen deep in the jungle at night. Evil floating lights, chanting, roaring fire. All right. So they're going to hear. Now I also know. So we got. They're told strange things, and I'm going to tag onto that. We'll put at night. So strange things happen at night in the jungle, and there's money to. So what we do know is the jungle. There's money to be made in the jungle. All right, that's what it'll be then. So what we've got out of this one is that Captain Pete just distinctly remembers when he wakes up. So we'll have it. I don't know how long this one's going to be. Probably reasonably short. So we'll have it that they've spent the night. We've done a lot of money. Captain Pete will roll. I'll say this bit and then we'll roll on the carousing table. Last night, who you wake up and now you are, and we'll see what comes out there. But what Captain Pete, so not only has Staines got a Jade Dice relic, he wakes up with a Jade Dice relic in a bin. Staines wakes up out the back, upside down in a bin. So Bates, we're going to see Bates. Coming out of the treasured chest and heading back to the Green Kraken in the morning, and maybe Bates will have a job or a rumour. Bates is going to have a rumour that Bates caught at the treasured chest. So we need to roll a rumour now, and finally. Who we've got? We've got Stains. We've got Exo. Oxo will be with the captain and will have spent the rest of the time with the captain, and this is what they got up to. D20. A 2. 2 says got lucky with. No, it's the who. 12. Some wenches. It's a good job this isn't suitable for children. God. This is all just being rolled from a table. This is just being rolled from this table. I'm just rolling it from this table. That's all. That's all. 9 in a dark cave. Maybe at the edge of the jungle. And now you are 12. Soon to be a parent. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, that's thrown a spanner in either Oxo or Feet's going to go. It weren't me. It were him. Okay. Well, I think we'll end there. I think we'll leave it at that. We know that we can go into the jungle because there's money to be made and there's strange things that happen at night. We've found ourselves with a jade dye relic that we don't know what it is, but maybe because there's a witch in the jungle, maybe the witch will help. We have got that Stains done. We know a rumour. Let's do Bates. No, we won't. We'll do Bates' rumour. I'll do that next time. I don't want to end. We'll end on what we've ended on. And finally, we have Oxo and Cat and Pete have woken up in a cave with some wenches and allegedly a soon-to-be a parent. And that's where we'll end. Thank you very much for watching. That would be a little bridging episode, and then next episode we'll probably go into the jungle and do some exploring and find out what Bates' rumour was and have that as a competing thing, whilst in the background we will have some weird stuff happening apparently. Pirate Borg, quite cool. Thank you very much indeed. I shall see you next time with more Pirate Borg goodness. Have a good week, and hopefully you don't end up like Captain Pete and Oxo. See ya.